Hey, John McLean speaking to you today. Today I thought I'd like to share with you about a topic that many Christians may grapple with, and it's how to share your faith, but how to share your faith on Facebook. How do I do that? Well, one of the most, we've got to think back right to the start. What is acceptable to people? If you go up and give them a bunch of verses and you write a bunch of verses and share it with them on Facebook, they're probably not going to give you much of a response. They need to know that you care about them. And one way to let a person know that you care about them is to pray for them. So the most powerful tool that you have at your disposal, that God has given you, is the power of prayer. Because most people will accept prayer. Because prayer means, when you're praying for somebody, it means that you're thinking about them. So I've been using this method just to pray for my Facebook list. And you don't always get a response back, and that's okay. That's not always going to happen. Some people think, yeah, okay, that's nice that you pray for me, but probably won't respond. But a lot of people do actually respond to you when you actually pray for them. And so I've developed a method of how to pray with people. And so the first thing you need to do is you get into your Facebook list, and you want to pray for them. And you can focus on both Christian and non-Christian people, or people that, I hate to define it that way, but people that are far from God. And so the first thing you do is, what I like to be able to do is take them into the presence of God. I always imagine them sitting in the presence of God with myself and perhaps a couple of other people there. And I like to just close my eyes and to think thoughtfully about what I know about this person and what I know would be good for them at the moment. And I like to be able to just ask God, well, what can I share with them? Sometimes I come up with a verse, and other times, well, you may not share a verse depending on who the person is. They may not be ready to hear a verse of the Bible, but a lot of times I do share a verse of the Bible. So the first thing, I'm in the presence of God, imagining myself there, and whatever comes to my mind. So what will usually happen is a verse will come up from the Bible. Say it's John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Now, what I don't do is, when I send them a message on Facebook, is I just write the verse. I don't write the whole verse out to them and that, but what I do is elaborate on the verse. So what I would say, for instance, is I'd write down John 3:16, which has its advantages because that's the verse and you want them to go and read it in the Bible, and hopefully they'll read a bit more. But you write it down. So you write down John 3:16 to them, and this is in the message. So you got something like, "Hi Sue, prayed for you today. So then I'd say something like, "Hey, John 3:16 came to mind." And then you can just sort of expand it in your own words. God so loves you, Sue, that he gave Jesus for you. Blessings, John. And that's what I do. Just send it out, and sometimes they'll respond, sometimes they don't. A lot of times they do. And I've got a sheet of paper here. Now I'm going to read out some of the prayers I've sent to people, and some of the responses I've got back from them. Now it's interesting. I've changed the names because it's not right for me to just share what they've, because some of it's pretty personal stuff. So so this first one says, "Hi Sally, letting you know that I prayed for you today. Ephesians 2:8 came to mind," and Ephesians 2:8 is about God's grace. And so I wrote, "May God give you a special dose of grace today. God bless John." And she came back, Sally came back, and she said this: "Thank you so much, John. God is amazing how He knows what we need at the time. I've started back at uni for the year, and things have been a bit stressful. Trying to sort everything out, so your prayers are greatly appreciated. So she's struggling, she's under a bit of stress because she's going back to uni, has to sort a few things out. Prayer came in at the right time. But I learned a little bit about her at the time too, that hey, things are a bit stressful, and so able to reply and able to create conversation. If you want to be able to do that, you can. This one down the bottom here is really powerful. And I just put, hi Paul, and that's not his real name. Pray for you today. 2 Ephesians 2:13 came to mind. Give thanks to the Lord always, and He will lead you many places. And he wrote back this. Hey John, thanks for that. I really needed it right now. Mary and I are splitting up over Christmas. So they were in the process, I didn't know it, but they were in the process of a marriage breakup. So I was able to talk to him more about that, and you just find out some really deep stuff. So the key thing is, when you pray for somebody on Facebook, just don't write, hey, I prayed for you today. Share something, share an insight, or be thoughtful about the prayer. And when you get a response, look at the response, and then you're able to communicate with them on a deep level, because people will share stuff in their replies, and will be able to, and you'll be able to get deeper into their lives. And there's opportunities to be able to share faith in that. So just remember, when you want to share your faith, start with prayer, and it can really open some powerful doors for you. So this is John signing off. Hope you enjoyed this little tip on how to share your faith on Facebook. Thank you.